area and move them because some cafe owner doesn't like the fact there are birds in the trees. And I think this is a terrible precedent to set. Okay, he says there's only 5 trees that he wants to move or cut down, whatever he's going to do. But the point is those are very, very favorite nesting spots. And these are beautiful birds, and heritage of us all here to have this kind of beauty. And if people don't like the droppings, that's their problem. And he can put an awning up, or they don't have to sit out there, and they don't have to enjoy the beautiful seafront view if they don't like to come and have all of what nature involves. And so that's what struggle's about. And so we stopped them from topping the trees, but I submit that this is a bad precedent because then next year someone else says the trees are bothering me, I want to move them. Another restaurant will say, oh, the trees are bothering my patrons, the crab pot will say the same thing. Then the yacht club will say the same thing. Oh, they're bothering our outdoor, upstairs awning area. We want to move the trees. And this will just go on. Then this guy will say he wants to move 7 more trees, in the future and pay them off to move those trees. I don't think anyone should be allowed to move a tree that took 60 years to grow and is beautiful. And I don't think that the people should let them do it, that's all. I can't do any more than I've done. That's the story. Okay. So if you can gossip about it, tell everybody you know that this is coming. It's been in the Long Beach Press Telegram that it's going to happen sometime after September 15th. I mean, even the marine biology people asked the president's office to put it on the wire here at the university. Oh, they said we couldn't do this because it's not a campus thing. I said, well, you can at least just warn people on the campus that in fact this issue is coming up. If they care about environmental things in Long Beach, they can go and try to do something about it, stop these trees from being moved, which are nesting of great majestic birds. And so they said, well, we can't do anything about this, we can't let you put that on the thing. I said, well, do you know that you have a Long Beach marine biology research boat down there? Right under where the trees are, do you know that your students are using that? And it says Long Beach State University and marine biology, and those marine biology people don't do a you-know-what thing? And it's right in their front nose. I've gone over and talked to them, and they're, oh, really? Oh, the bird here? Oh, we're going out to, I don't know where, and look at the, So anyway, if any of you are in the biology department, or marine biology, or conservation, just tell them. September 15th or thereafter, if they want to stop people from moving trees, that is the date of, they're going to move 5 big majestic palm trees.
Can we give them your email so that they can get a little bit more further?
No, I don't want to be the email person. I'll be honest about that. I've got too much to do. I'm trying to get this book done.
You get any literature?
Well, you just get the Long Beach Press Telegram and go up the website and put Great Blue Herons. I've got around 5 articles about it. But I can, if you give me your email, I'll forward you all the stuff.
Okay.
Give me your email and I'll forward. No, I mean, just write it down in the thing. I'll forward you everything I have. In fact, whoever wants to put on email, I've got all the articles and all the letters that we've written out for. I just don't have the energy. I'm 7 years old. I don't have the energy to do this fight. I've done this much. It's you people, not you here in Spouse, but people who are your generation that should do it. I'm tired. And I got other things that I can do. That's all right. Hey, just leave it there. Just put it there. I don't want to be a rubber on it. If people want to come and sign up, they can. I'll just copy everyone the same way I copy you. The problem is, I don't want you putting my email around because I got too much. I get too much spam type stuff as it is. So
And I'm not making any promises either, but
no, I don't make any promises. Just get it around, but put my email out of it, right? Because I just have too much stuff. I fought this one alone already, and I don't think I should have to fight it anymore. If the people don't want to. I told them, I got a paper guy, aren't you going to go out there and do it? I want to be a story. I said, oh, you want me to be the sacrifice for your story? He said, well, yeah. I said, well, why don't you do something? Why don't you do some research, find out when they're going to do this? Why don't you look up the ordinances and see that this is actually against the conservation practices of the country at the time? Why don't you do a proper story? We're just waiting for us to give you a story. Oh, that might be work. I said, yeah, we can get a Pulitzer Prize, too. And then some other person from AP called me the other day, well, I'm doing a story on the Great Blue Heron rookeries because my dad sits at the Schooner Raider Cafe. And I said, oh, yeah? And she said, well, The great Laherns have been increasing in numbers now. The Sea Rangers, whoever they are, told me that they're flourishing. I said, well, yeah, that's because we've been fighting for them. You know, therefore you don't need those trees there, do you? So I already know she's been put up to write the story for AP and said that they don't need these. It isn't a question of that. It's the trees. No one has a right to move trees to get rid of birds' nests to make a cafe more, profitable. I just don't, the guy makes plenty of money as it is. And those are there and they should stay there and nobody should be allowed to move it for such a purpose. So, I mean, I wouldn't cooperate with her on an article. You'll see it in AP, it'll be out. She'll write something in about a week or two. And it'll be a, Pharisee article. Pharisee means seek accommodation with the establishment. Maybe that's the. See, the Scrolls have a group called the Seekers After Smooth Things. That's what they call it. Those are the Pharisees. They don't like the Pharisees. And seekers are those who seek after halakot. Well, if you know rabbinic literature, what the rabbis are doing is seeking after halachot. Halachot are legal traditions of oral law. So the Scroll people know that that's what they're doing and are making a pun on it and saying they're seeking halakot, smooth things, not halachot, legal traditions. So we know that those are the Pharisees that they're angry at for making, and I say that is seeking accommodation with foreign power. That's what I think that allusion means. What was your question now?
Yeah, can you more clearly state for me anyway, please, the connection between the Pharisaic, academic, Yavna sort of Judaism and how that is connected to the sort of acquiescence and subservience of
Well, I mean, the very fact of the matter that the patriarch, first of all, the high priest was the key thing in the Maccabean uprising. Who were going to be high priests? Whether it was going to be a native procedure election or whether it was going to be appointed by foreign kings. And the Scrolls and other documents say you shall not put a foreigner over you, therefore you shall not you shall not accept appointment of high priesthood by foreigners. Now, to my mind, the birth moment of the Pharisee party comes in the Maccabee books when a group says that they're going to accept the high priest that the Seleucids appoint rather than the Maccabean family who claim to have the covenant of Phineas. Phineas was